Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be discussing about the lookup functions as I have already discussed about the date and time function in the last video. So let's start with the lookup functions today. Uh, Here in the lookup functions, we have two lookup functions including VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. And there are reverse lookup function also exist in which there are multiple functions, which includes XLOOKUP function, index and match function, offset and match function, VLOOKUP and choose functions. So we will discuss one by one. So I have already created the two table to use this lookup functions. So first, we will see what is the horizontal table and what is the vertical table. So in the table where headers are belong to the row of the table, that is called vertical table, and the headers when uh, belongs to the different rows of the table called horizontal table. When headers are on the column, then it will become a vertical table, and when headers are present on the row, then it will become a horizontal table. Let's say roll number, student name. These are called headers. So these are present on different columns. So this is called vertical tables. And for an instance, let's suppose roll number is present D6 and student name present at D7. Then it will called as horizontal table. Let's let me help you to see the horizontal table as well. So roll number, student name, and herein like I'm using 101, 102, 103, 104, and so on. And herein name as in Rahul, Raj, Mahi, Muskan. So this is called horizontal table. Why so? Because the headers of this table belongs to different rows. So this is called horizontal table. So VLOOKUP we use for vertical table and HLOOKUP we use for horizontal table. Let's start discussing what is VLOOKUP function and why it is used. So as usual, we will take the help of the help book, and it will help you to understand as well that VLOOKUP function used for looks for a value in the leftmost of the column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. So you will be able to understand where we use VLOOKUP and why we use VLOOKUP. So let's consider these two tables wherein I have already prepared as in with the column roll number and student name, and the second table it includes roll number, score and subjects. And our main objective is to know that the score is scored by different roll number. So how can we know that? Because two different value is available in two different table. So how can we calculate that? So to know that, to mapping the values of two different tables into one table, we can use the VLOOKUP function. So let's say we want to know that what is the score 100, what is the score scored by roll number 101. So how can we get this result? So let's use VLOOKUP. Okay. So herein we have uh, the parameter lookup value, table array, column index number, and the range lookup. let's take the help of the help book to understand the argument which is taking as in VLOOKUP. So herein you can see that uh, there are four pieces of information that we need in the VLOOKUP syntax. So first called is lookup value. You can see here, you lookup value. Lookup value means the value you want to look up. Let's say here, you can remember of lookup value means the corresponding value you are looking at for the result. Like we want the what we want the in what is the our objective, that is we need a score, but with corresponding to what, corresponding to roll number. So here the lookup value is roll number. Okay, let's say we want to know the score of student. So the lookup value would be the student name, because with corresponds to the student name we wanted to know the score. So in this case, the lookup value would be the student name. And the table array means where in which table lookup value located. Like in here, in this table also it is located, and in this table also located. So we have to select the table array, means including the rows and the columns. That means you can say instead of table array, you have to select the range through where lookup value located. And the third one is column index number. So as our objective is to know the score, so in which column score is located. So we have to count the column number. So in this table, score column is located at number 2 position. So the column index number would be 2 in this case. And the range of lookup. Range of lookup is optional, which is not mandatory to put. Here we can specify true or false. If we need to match with the approximate value, then we will put true, otherwise false. False in case when you want to exact match of the return value. Okay. Or if you do not put anything, then the default value will be always be true. So here we have different example also present in the Microsoft Excel help book. You can let's consider one example. Like in this table, you can see we have ID column, last name, first name, title, birth date, and what we want to have as a result, like the first name of which corresponds to, like on based out of last name. Okay, means on the basis of last name, we want to know the first name of the person. So how can we look into it? So we can use a VLOOKUP formula. So here would be what, think of it. What would be the lookup value on the basis of what we are getting the result? On the basis of the last name, we are looking for the first name. So the lookup value would be the last name. So for instance, it takes B3, that means Fontana. So Fontana would be the lookup value. And next argument in the VLOOKUP syntax is table array. So in this table, it is uh, present. So it will select the table array through last name to first name. Okay, so that is why it is, or you can extend up to E7 if it is required. Otherwise, you can, because we need first name, so we can select up to C7 as well. And then we will see the column index number. So the select, you have to calculate the column through the selected range. That means you have selected from the B column to C column. So accordingly, you will calculate the column number. You will ignore the A, D, E if you have selected the range from B2 to C7. So here the column index number would be 2. So it keeps 2. And false means it needs an exact match. So once you will click enter, it will give you the Oliver result. Okay. So this is the example that is given by the Excel itself. Let's consider another example that we have already created the two different tables. So our main objective is to calculate the score on the basis of roll number. So our lookup value would be this or this, anyone. Let's say I select this one, okay? Now table array, where lookup value is located in which table, I can select this table as well and this table as well. But I will select this table because our main objective is to get the score, and the score is present in this table. So we have to select this table. So let me select, I can select these two column as well or these three, any one of any one of you want. So I'm just selecting two columns here. And what would be the column index? So our whole focus in this table from now onwards, because we have selected this range, so we will focus on this range itself. So the column index would be the result column that we want. We want the score, so the column number of the score would be 2. So we will keep 2 and we will put false exact match. Okay, close the bracket. We will, so what would be the result here? Just think of it. We want to know the score of roll number 101. So it will give you the score 78. Here you can see that. Okay. So this is how we can use the VLOOKUP function. Likewise, we can use HLOOKUP also, but HLOOKUP we can only use in horizontal table. We will see that as well in few minutes. So before moving towards the horizontal table or the HLOOKUP, there is a limitation of the VLOOKUP. It will always, the lookup value should be present on the leftmost column. If the lookup value will present the right of the column, then it won't give you the result. So this is the limitation of using the VLOOKUP. And it will always it will always try to find the value from left to right. It unable to find the value from right to left. So let me give you an example for that so that you can understand in the better way. Let's say you want to know the subject on the basis of the roll number, or you want to know the student name on the basis of subject. So herein, like let's say uh, the roll number is the lookup value. Let me give you an example. We lookup function. Okay. So in our case, the lookup value would be maths. For instance, I have taken the lookup value maths. Means on the basis of math, I wanted to know the roll number. Okay. So what would be the table array? This only. So let us select this. You have seen that I have selected these two columns from here to from right to left. Okay. And what would be the column index number? Wherein our result lies on the first column. So we have to extend our range to first column. So let me extend it. Okay. And then column index, how would you calculate? It is 1. And for now, close it. It will give you an A error. Reason, lookup value is present on the rightmost of the column. It should be present in the first column. Then only it will give you the value. So you have seen the error. Let's put this column here. Okay. Now I want to see the roll number on the basis of subject name. Let's use VLOOKUP once again. And now our lookup value would be roll number. Okay. You have select either of any one of the table, and the table array would be this one. We need roll number and the subject. And the column index, what we need? Subject name. So index number would be 1. We need exact match. It again give you the NA error. Okay, I have selected the lookup value 101. Instead, 101, I need to select math. Okay, and it will give you the roll number on the basis of that. So the lookup value would be the math, and it select G6 to H13, and herein we have to use the column index 2, and it will give you the roll number. Okay, so in this way, please keep in mind about the limitation of the VLOOKUP. Always remember, VLOOKUP values should be present on the leftmost column, or leftmost column of the selected table or the table array. If you have selected these two column, then then the VLOOKUP value should be present in this column. Or if you have selected this much range of table array, then lookup value should represent on this column, first column, that is student name. Likewise, for the horizontal table also, the limitation exists that it will look up for the value from top to bottom. So lookup value should be present on the top row. So we will look onto the horizontal table as well. Let's go for HLOOKUP. So herein you can see, as in suggestion, it looks for a value in the top row of the table or array of values, and returns a value in the same column from a row you specify. Okay. So let's use the HLOOKUP, and it has the uh, same kind of argument. Instead using column index number, herein we have row index number, and lookup value would be the same, table array would be the same. Instead of column row index number, we have row index number, and the range lookup, like will it be exact match or the approximate match. So herein we have we want to know the student name on the basis of the roll number. So our lookup value would be 101. And the table array, we can select these two, not these two requirements. We can only select these two rules. That is it. And the row index number, what we want? Rahul. So the row number would be 2. And we need exact match. It will give you the result, Rahul. You can see here. So likewise, you can have an idea about the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP. So please go through these help book example also. You can search for the HLOOKUP help book example as well, which is present in the Microsoft Excel. Or you can create this table and try to practice with the HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. And let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt. So we will see on the next lecture regarding your doubts. Okay. So for today, we already discussed about the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, and then in the next video, we will discuss about the reverse lookup function. Because here is the limitation. Lookup value should be present in the left most column for the vertical table and the topmost row for the horizontal table. So this limitation overcome by reverse lookup function, which is XLOOKUP or the index or offset and match. So we will look these things onto the next video. Till then, keep practice and try to practice more questions, more example. And if any doubt is there, you can let me know on the comment section. Have a good day. Bye bye.